Hello and welcome back to another Hearthstone video, this time looking at wild mode, leveling up with Rogue. And you can see I've got a pirate list essentially, so a bunch of pirates in here. Take a look, Deckhand, Swashbuckler, the Brigand, that's also pretty useful for things to come out. Cannon's also pretty good early game. And there's some newer ones as well, like Pufferfits and what was the other new one? This is obviously a very original card. But yeah, not too much. This is a fairly new card, I guess. It's not exactly the newest cards here, but it's pretty good. You just get a bunch of cards. It's like, and really, a lot of the power often comes from getting a lot of really good one drops. Against most classes, it's pretty good. Maybe not Warrior so much, but most other classes, you're going to get a bunch of really good cards. So that is good. And yeah, like, often it's like you just have the spectral cards, you're just constantly doing lifesteal with deadly poison, which is pretty useful. And this is most of the time I tend to take the 5 cards from their deck. If you're running a bit low on cards, it's actually very, very useful. If you get to a point where you're quite late game and you both got quite low amount of cards, to get 5 cards, 2 of which you could potentially play and which are really powerful, gives you a really good like swing turn late on. So yeah, that's pretty useful. I guess it gives you that ability to have that swing turn at like just a random time, which is kind of like what a lot of the modern Hearthstone is about, just getting that swing turn at a time that is inconvenient for your opponent. But yeah, I mean, pretty straightforward. You can play this early on, get a bunch of damage. This is pretty useful. Definitely worth keeping that in the opening hand, and a cheap pirate. So it does have some good, it has good ability to last through early game against aggro, and then to do a good sort of swing turns. Obviously, with tests, you need to make sure that the cards you're playing are, if they have the word enemy in them or they're just minions. There's things you obviously have to make sure. You don't always get it perfect, but as long as you get it mostly perfect, you're not going to do too much. You don't do too much damage to your own minions when you summon a bunch of them. Should all be good. But yeah, this is also pretty useful as well. It's not based on, because some of these cards are based on opponent's class, and if you happen to be playing a rogue, that's still going to be pretty useful. Not so much this, but but yeah. So that is probably going to do. Yeah, this I think maybe was opponent's class originally. Some of these have changed terminology, haven't they? But yeah, and obviously you want to get as many cards as you can. So thanks for watching.